I recorded an entire next part, and because this app is slowing down my videos to the point where I can't actually rewatch them, and it's not downloading the videos automatically like it's supposed to, or it's corrupting the videos as they download, I don't remember where I fucking left off, and I don't remember everything that I posted in the last, or that I tried to post. But apparently, something about internal storage is having an issue, and then I have to start the video all over. It's fucking bullshit. So I don't know where the fuck I left off. So yeah, I had postpartum depression. Um, Obviously didn't go to a freaking doctor and lied on all those stupid questionnaires that they fucking give you. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend getting fucking help if you can. I couldn't, because getting help would potentially mean that, I would find out that I needed more help than I thought. I probably actually need to find the final boss of all therapists in order to actually get the help that I fucking need. Um, so yeah. Um, I hated the after feeling of giving birth because, yeah, it felt like death. So if I'm repeating this, it's just whatever. It felt like death. To me, death always felt like it was taking something from the room. Something like it was just absorbing the life in the room. It wasn't just, it took the life of whatever was there. It's taking life from all the things around it at the same time. That's what it always felt like to me. And so that's why I always had like a fascination, but also like fear of death. I actually thought about like applying to work at a morgue so I could conquer that fear, but that didn't work out. Because you're not about to leave me alone in a room with a body that might sit up. Mm-mm. Now, mind you, when I was in medical school, I did put my hands inside a cadaver, but after that, I felt so wrong. I felt wrong. It didn't feel right. It was like they shouldn't be here. That's the feeling that I got. And like the smell, but it was the feeling of they shouldn't be here. Like, this is not where they belong. Like, they belong in the ground. Now, mind you, I understand that these things are very important for, like, you know, learning and understanding, the human body and stuff like that. The class that I was in just did it for the hell of it, not, because we actually needed it to learn something. But, yeah. I did it once and never again. And that's what made me decide that maybe I was just not cut out for the medical field, because it's just like, yeah, I cannot handle death like this. This is a bit much for me, even if you do cover the faces. So, moving on. So yeah, postpartum felt like death. I didn't like it. I felt really guilty because of all the things that were going through my head, like about how like horrible I was feeling and how I felt ruined. And like that's all I really could think of. Like, I'm ruined. Like, I'm ruined. And like I felt like my life was over. But not because I had the child, but because like now I have somebody that's depending on me to stay alive. Like, their very existence depends on me. And that's devastating for like the first time. That can actually be very devastating to realize, because it's just like, if I fuck up, that's it. There are no do-overs. That's a whole fucking human life. And then on top of that, like, you had to try not to fuck them up in the head too. And it was crazy. And I was going through all of that. And everybody was agitating it, the postpartum depression, because like there was a lot of arguments because her father spent more time in the bathroom than he did actually helping while she was screaming. Like I would hand him over to her to go to the bathroom, and that was my relief. And he took pictures with her and stuff like that. And I felt like he really spent more time with her when we were in the hospital than he did when we were at home by ourselves. Um, and that was too much for me. And that should have been the, signal, hey, end this. But I grew up with a single mother and what she did to me. And I was afraid that if I left, then I would just do the same to her. And yeah, that was my fear. I was afraid of being a single mother, and that my child would never have a balanced household. So I really tried. I tried because like I knew that a lot of the things I was feeling was because of me, like because of my body, my hormones. Not to mention I was taking blood pressure medication because I still had high blood pressure after having this baby. And I was so depressed, my body hurt. It took a whole year for my body to actually come back together, because I actually remember like after my daughter turned a year, I had a final pop of my like pelvis, and it was like everything came back together and I felt a lot better than I had the entire time. Now, mind you, my plan was to find another job while I was um, taking care of the baby on maternity leave. And that didn't happen. I looked for things. I was too depressed to even look for things until like she turned like 6 months, I think. And I had been threatened with him taking her away so many damn times. At this point, I was fucking broken. I didn't even know the difference between the freaking earth and the sky at this point. Everything was just shrouded in darkness, and not the peaceful kind. It was just like I couldn't see anything. And I was doing my best to try to force myself to keep going, even though I was so drained and so exhausted. And I still kept pushing through. I really, really, like, I tried to, like, not be an absolute bitch like everybody kept telling me that I was. But something just wasn't right. Like, deep down in every fiber of my being, it always felt like something just wasn't right with anybody who I was around, and they were telling me what they were saying didn't match what I was feeling from them or their actions. Like in My Hero Academia, where Bakugo says, I don't like you, your words don't match your eyes. Like that. And that's why I avoided looking in any of their eyes for a long time, especially family. Even like up till last year, I avoided looking in their eyes because somewhere subconsciously, I knew that if I looked in their eyes, I would see the truth. So I tried not to look in their eyes too many times. And even a few times, I have been told that it's hard for people to look in my eyes. Maybe because I can actually see through your fucking bullshit. And you don't want to fucking admit that. So you try to gaslight me and convince me that I'm the motherfucking problem every damn time. I'm not always the damn problem. I am a good chunk of the time because I like to be a problem now. But anyway, moving on. I'm trying to figure out where I left off